Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to understand the topic degrees of adjectives. As you all know what are adjectives, you have studied before. Adjectives are the words which modifies or gives more meaning to the noun or pronoun in the sentence. Now what are degrees of adjective? Degrees of adjectives are those words or those forms of adjectives which are used to compare between two persons, two nouns or two things in a sentence. The adjective changes its form when it changes its degree. Now there are three degrees of adjective. They are positive, comparative and superlative. Now let's understand them one by one. A positive degree is used to refer one object or place or a person. It doesn't show any comparison with any other noun in the sentence. It just explains or gives more meaning about that noun in the sentence. Now for example, she has a big house. Here big is the adjective and it is in positive degree because the house is not compared with any other house. My friend has a sharp memory. Now in the second sentence, here sharp is an adjective and it is considered in the positive form because it is explaining the memory, but this memory is not compared with any other person's memory. So the positive form of an adjective always shows or gives more meaning to the noun but doesn't show any comparison with any other noun in the sentence. Now coming to the comparative form. Comparative degree is a bit greater than the positive degree because it shows comparison between two objects. Like, first see in this example, your brother is taller than you. Here the comparison is done between you and your brother. And the word taller is an adjective and it is in comparative form because it is showing the comparison between your brother and you. Now the second sentence, she is wiser than her friend. Now here the one noun and pronoun is she and the second one noun is friend, her friend. So here the comparison is done between she and her friend and the word, the adjective is wiser and it is in comparison form because it is comparing these two persons, she and friend. And always remember, when we use a comparative degree of adjective, we always have a than in the sentence. Now coming to the third form, that is the superlative degree. Now the superlative degree is the greatest degree of adjective. It is used to compare more than two objects, place or persons in the sentence. Here he has the biggest house. His house is the biggest of all. Here his house is one and it is compared with all the houses in that area and it is you can say recorded that his house is the biggest. Okay, the biggest is the adjective over here and it is in superlative degree. It is in superlative form. He is the wisest boy in the class. Now he is compared with all the other boys in the class and it is announced that he is the wisest. So here wisest is an adjective which is in its superlative form. Always remember, to mention a superlative adjective in a sentence, we always use the article the in. Now here are some rules to convert the positive degree of adjective into comparative and superlative degree. Now when an adjective word ends with er and est. Now let's see a few examples when we convert the positive degree into comparative degree by using er and est in comparative and superlative form. The example is smart, smarter, smartest, or we can also say bright, brighter, brightest, or cold, colder, coldest, or strong, stronger, strongest. Now the second rule, if the positive degree ends with e, we add R and ST in the comparative and superlative degree. Now for that the example is brave, braver, bravest. Or we can say fine, finer, finest. Or wise, wiser, wisest. Or white, whiter, whitest. So these are few examples when we change the degrees. Now come to the next one. Some adjective double their last letter before er and est to form comparative and superlative degree respectively, like big, bigger, biggest. Or some other example like hot, hotter, hottest, and fat, fatter, fattest. Now going to the next form. For adjectives having two or more syllables, we add more or most, more and most in the comparative and superlative degree respectively, like beautiful, more beautiful, and most beautiful. And few examples of this category are handsome, more handsome, and most handsome. You can say useful, more useful, and most useful. But there are some adjectives which do not follow any rules like this. They are very irregular, like good, better, best, bad, worse, worst, and little, less, least. So you have to learn them up to remember them. Hope you have understood this topic. Thank you.